Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to Cricket Happenings as usual. And on this Cricket Happening show, we'll look at the first at the India versus South Africa, where the match ended in 4 days itself. India probably, after yesterday's play was washed out, that is on the third day, we went into the fourth day. And the Indian pace bowlers put up a very good show. Yes, there was something that the pitch was doing. Some balls were actually shooting up, so it was not an easy pitch to bat on. And suddenly, the nature of the pitch in Newlands actually turned on the fourth day, and definitely South Africans were the ones who benefited, even though they were bowled out for 130, which was a real surprise. The Indian pace pair of Jasprit Bumrah, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and other bowlers doing the damage. Mohammad Shami doing the damage, which was very surprising. And then one knew that after what happened, the Indians would definitely find it tough to do so. They were set at a target of 208 for victory, and Vernon Philander totally cleaned up India and gave his team. He picked up career innings, best innings figures of 6 for 42 and totally floored India. And India, who probably would have thought of nurturing hopes of a victory, were really caught off guard here as Vernon Philander bowled superbly, taking full advantage of what the pitch was offering, and the Indian batsmen could not have an answer to Vernon Philander, and they were all out for 135. Thus, South Africa winning the Test match by an innings by 72 runs. Thus, they would be very happy, would have been warmed their cockles after South Africa came to India and lost the series 3-0. At least I would say they would have probably felt that they have taken the first step in avenging that particular loss. I will come back to that and have a brief look at that. And the other matches we are talking about yesterday, where the Ashes series ended with Australia having a 4-0 verdict. Well, it was not at all surprising that Australia won the match by an innings of 123 runs. As I said, the writing was on the wall, but the only surprising factor was Nathan Lyon was not the one amongst the wickets, even though he took one wicket of Moeen Ali, taking it for the seventh time in this Ashes series. But the hero was Pat Cummins, bowling with all fire and brimstone and taking a lot of wickets with the short delivery of his. And he did a wonderful job, and very rightly so. Under the circumstances, he was named man of the match. So you look at that, and as I'm currently speaking to you, I can tell you, I can give you a live cricket update coming in from Nelson, where the second one-day international is on, and Pakistan have definitely recovered thanks to the efforts of Shadab Khan, who has collected a 50. Is right there, not around 52 with 3 fours and 1 6 of 67 balls. Mohammad Amir is not on 8 of 14 balls, and also Hassan Ali played a very brisk knock of 51 runs of just 31 deliveries, 4 fours and 4 sixes. Is maiden 50 in ODIs, and that's only the reason Pakistan were really struggling. But these two people, Shadab Khan and Hassan Ali, have definitely given a lot of heart to Pakistan with this particular partnership that they had. And right now, as I'm speaking to you, the score, we are coming to the end of the 50 overs. We are just 4 balls away from the match for the Pakistan innings getting completed. Shadab Khan has played very well. He's not around 52 right now. I'll come back to that later. But let us first talk about the Ashes series. Well, the Ashes series, as I said, was a mere formality. But yesterday, definitely England would have hoped that they had a fit Joe Root. Joe Root, after collecting his 50, had to retire early because of an illness. He had some gastroenteritis problem. It was very unfortunate, but he had to go, and he would have been the solid rock on which England would have probably thought that they had a chance of actually eking out a draw. But one knew for a fact that on this particular pitch it was always going to be difficult. Joe Root finally did not take to batting, and he was retired hurt 58 with one boundary. Yesterday, as far as yesterday's proceedings go, as I said, it was all about Cummins all the way. Cummins was the one who started it. In fact, not Cummins, it was Nathan Lyon who started it by actually getting the wicket of Moeen Ali. As you know, Moeen Ali has always fallen to Nathan Lyon in this Ashes Test series, and this was the seventh time that Nathan Lyon was getting the wicket of Moeen Ali. And Moeen Ali completed a dismal series with the bat and also the ball. And Moeen Ali was the first victim. LBW bowled Nathan Lyon for 13 with one boundary. Jonathan Bairstow tried his bit to stay at the crease. He tried all his bit by plodding, blocking. He did all he could. But Cummins bowled an excellent delivery, which actually held its line, and he was gone. LBW bowled Cummins for 38 with 4 boundaries. And Tom Curran and Broad were at the crease, and Tom Curran was definitely showed that he's someone who could definitely play strokes. He cut well, and he also played some lofted strokes as well away from the fielders as Stuart Broad. And after that, as I said, Cummins was directing his bouncers very well, and one of those bouncers, the very first, Stuart Broad got a ball which actually lifted on him, and Broad was actually trying to take his eye away from the ball, and in the process the ball hit the handle of the bat and flew high in the air, and it was Tim Paine, the keeper, taking the catch. He was gone for 4 with one solitary boundary after one good shot that he played. But Mason Crane also did not know anything about this delivery. Another well-directed bouncer, and Mason Crane was also caught. The ball went off the shoulder of the bat, and Paine took the catch, and he was gone for 2. And then finally, Hazelwood was the one who actually ended the match when he had Anderson's wickets, who was living dangerously. He was gone for 2, caught by Paine once again, leaving Tom Curran not out on 23 with 5 boundaries, 180 all out. Thus, Australia winning the innings, winning the test by an innings and 123 runs, and also taking the Ashes series 4-0. Mitchell Starc 16 overs, 4 minutes, 1 for 38. Hazelwood 1 for 36. But look at the bowling figures of Pat Cummins: 17 overs, 4 maidens, 39 runs and 4 wickets. And what was the feature? Was his well-directed bouncers at the batsmen, which really made them feel ill at ease, I would say. Nathan Lyon, 35 overs, 12 maidens, 54 runs and 3 wickets, did his job perfectly. Smith 2 overs, none for. I'm not going to go into that. The Ashes series ended thus with Australia retaining the urn. The player of the match went to Pat Cummins for his brilliant spell of bowling, and rightly so. Player of the series went to Stephen Smith for amassing the maximum number of runs in this particular series. Well, dear fans, I can say that that's about it as far as the Ashes series is concerned. So all done and dusted, and now the focus will be shifting on to the one-dayers for sure. Now let's have a look at the first test between India and South Africa. And as I said, it was really surprising to see the Indian pace bowlers do a wonderful job with the ball, especially Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, and also Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. They did a fine job, and the South Africans were bowled out for just 130, and that was a really a wonderful show by India, I thought, to have been to bowl out the South Africans for just 130 runs, and thus giving a target to India of 208, which always was going to be difficult on this particular pitch, as we all knew, and that's what precisely happened. Vernon Philander totally blew away the Indian innings in a trice, I would say. He took 6 wickets for 42. First it was the Indian bowlers doing the damage to the South Africans, as I will be talking about it. And also there was a wonderful record for Ridhiman Saha, the wicket keeper, Mahendra Singh Dhoni of India was holding the record for the most victims by a keeper in Test cricket for India. And today it was some very good catching by Wriddhiman Saha, the wicket keeper, who went on to have 10 dismissals, 5 in each innings, and that is a new record which was set as far as wicket keepers victims were concerned for India. South Africa, so as I said, South Africa definitely struggled. It was Mohammad Shami who started it all by first getting the wicket of Hashim Amla for 4, and Kagiso Rabada was plucked up by Kohli of the bowling of Mohammad Shami for 5. So Mohammad Shami provided the breakthrough. Bumrah took it over by knocking off Faf du Plessis, caught by Wriddhiman for naught. Quinton de Kock was also caught behind of Bumrah for 8. And then Shami picked up the wicket of Vernon Philander, getting him LBW. Keshav Maharaj was given a real testing time by the Indian bowlers, who peppered him with lots of short stuff. And finally, Bhuvneshwar Kumar picked up his wicket for 15 with 2 boundaries. Morne Morkel also fell to Kumar for 2. And it was it was A.B. de Villiers who was standing there and playing a knock of 35-50. That was 2 4s and 2 6s. But then it was Jasprit Bumrah who picked up his wicket as well. And the South Africans succumbed to 130 all out. Look at the bowling figures. I mean, as I said, the pitch definitely was playing truant, I would say, because there were a lot of balls which were probably shooting up and also lifting too. So there was a lot of things that were happening, and it was the Indian bowlers definitely had a ball here. Bhuvneshwar Kumar 11 overs 5 maidens 33 runs and 2 wickets. Jasprit Bumrah 11.2 overs 1 maiden 39 runs and 3 wickets. Mohammad Shami 12 overs 3 maidens 28 runs and 3 wickets. Pandya bowled 6 overs for 27. Ashwin bowled 1 over for 3 runs. So India were given a target of 208 runs. They had all the time in the world, but one knew that India would be finding it very, very tough on this wicket, because when South Africans were really given a tough time by the Indian bowlers, one could imagine what the South African bowlers could do. So it all started off with Shikhar Dhawan, the first wicket was Shikhar Dhawan, who tried to top edge the pull of the bowling of Morkel for 16 with 2 boundaries. Murli Vijay hung his bat outside to Philander, caught by de Villiers for 13 with 2 boundaries. And then Morkel got the big wicket of Cheteshwar Pujara by getting him caught behind for 4, which reduced them to 39 for 3. Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma at the crease, and Philander hit the target by clean bowling Rohit Sharma for 10. And Virat Kohli, I have to say, was given a really rough time. In fact, some very good bowling from Philander, bowling all the balls outside the off stump. And as you know, Virat Kohli has this tendency of reaching out to balls which are wide outside the off stump, thus playing away from the body and paying the penalty. And Philander was one who was actually trying to prey on that particular weakness of Kohli, where he was not allowing Kohli any stroke making. Basically was keeping the ball just a bit wide outside the off stump, forcing Kohli to always reach at it. And as that was happening, and then he surprised Kohli with a ball which after bowling a lot of outswingers, finally Philander came up with a perfect in-swinger, and Virat Kohli once again shuffling on to the off stump was adjudged LBW, and that was a big wicket that South Africa badly wanted. They got it, and that was it. Kohli was LBW bowled Philander for 28 with 4 boundaries. And after that, it was pretty rough going. Wriddhiman Saha, Rabada showed his pace. He picked up Saha LBW for 8 with 2 boundaries. Hardik Pandya could not last long as he squared him up, and Hardik Pandya was caught by de Villiers with the bowling of Rabada for 1. But Ravichandran Ashwin definitely gave some stern resistance with a knock of 37, and he and Bhuvneshwar Kumar started pushing the score along. India were in a very, very sorry state at 82 for 7, and it was only thanks to Ravichandran Ashwin who contributed 37 with 5 boundaries, and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, who was still there in the end, not out on 13, but to no avail, 1-4. But after that, Philander cleaned up the tail. Shami was a victim of Philander. Bumrah also a victim of Philander for naught. It was all over. Kumar was left not out on 13, and the Indians were bowled out for 135, and thus South Africa, as I said, have taken the first step in avenging the 3-0 loss that they had in India. As you would remember, they have taken the first step here by beating India by 72 runs in the first test match and going 1-0 in the 3-match series. Philander 15.4 overs, 4 minutes, 42 runs and 6 wickets, bowled splendidly, and one knew that he was the man of the match. No prizes for guessing there. Monem Molkar 11 overs, 1 minute, 2 for 39, did his job. Rabada bowled with lots of pace, 12 overs, 2 minutes, 241, and Maharaj 4 overs, 1 minute, none for 12. So the second test starts at the Centurion on 13th of January. So a wonderful job, I thought, done by South Africa, especially one on Philander, who really made the ball talk. We know that he can always make the ball talk, and on this particular pitch, which was really responding very well to the bowlers, Hernan Philander took immense advantage out of it, and full credit to the South Africans for winning the first test against India, and India definitely have a lot to ponder now with the second test at the Centurion. So let's now head to the cricket update as to see what really has happened. As I'm talking to you, yes, the Pakistan innings is for 50 overs. Pakistan, as I said, won the toss and elected to bat in the second ODI against New Zealand at Nelson, and Pakistan have ended with 246 for 9 on the board. I'm going to briefly have a look at the scorecard, but I can tell you that it was all because Mohammad Hafiz played a very attractive knock. His timing was absolutely superb today. It was good to see. He picked up a 50, but it was Hassan Ali and Shadab Khan when Pakistan were really struggling, and probably one was thinking that whether they would even inch towards 200. It was thanks to Hassan Ali and Shadab Khan who made 50s that Pakistan reached a score of respectability of 246. If they can get early wickets, probably they would trust that they could actually defend this particular score. And really, I would say, there was a lot of big shots being played, which probably did not really help, and Pakistan finished with 246. Just wanting to tell you what exactly has happened, just to tell you about the scorecard. The Pakistan innings, Azhar Ali made 6 of 16 deliveries, 1 for Inamul Haq was out for just 2 runs after pottering for 11 balls. Babar Azam once again failed. Lockie Ferguson showing some raw pace there, getting the wicket of Babar Azam for 10 of 17 with 2 fours. Hafiz, as I said, really played an attractive innings of 60 of 71 deliveries, 8 fours. Malik contributed 27 of 46, 1 4, 2 sixes. Sarfraz Ahmed failed with the bat, was stumped by Latham with the bowling of Todd Astle, the offie for 3. Ferguson once again came into the mix. Ferguson picked up Fahim Ashraf by getting him caught by Saudi in the fence when he tried to hook a delivery from Ferguson. But after that, this was a partnership from 141. It was a neat little partnership which was done. 80 runs partnership. It was very good partnership. Hassan Ali was playing an aggressive cricket. He hit 51 of 31. There was 4 fours and 4 sixes, definitely showing that he could be a very good all-rounder in the making for Pakistan in the future. Shadab Khan also showed that he could be a good all-rounder as well with this knock of 52. Much sedate knock than what Hassan Ali played, and definitely there was a good mixture. Shadab Khan was the one who was compact at the crease, but Hassan Ali was the one who was really swinging the bat hard. So 52 and 51 respectively, which really helped matters. Amir was not out on 8, and Ruman Reis was not out on 6 in the end. As I said, Pakistan finished on 246 for 9 in batting first. Tim Saudi, 10 overs, 1 minute, 2 for 57. Trent bowled 10 overs, 1 for 54. Santner bowled superbly, 10 overs, 1 minute, 1 for 34. Lockie Ferguson did his job perfectly today, 10 overs for 39 runs and 3 wickets. Todd Astle was a bit on the costlier side today. He got a bit of tonking, especially from Hassan Ali and Shadab Khan, finishing with 50 runs of his 7 overs and 2 wickets to show besides his name. And Colin Munro bowled 3 overs for 11 runs. So definitely, if Pakistan can get some early wickets, they could probably put some pressure on the New Zealand team. One has to wait and watch. Well, dear fan subscribers, on this note, it's about time for me to end this cricket show by bidding you all a very good night. Thank you.